folks, Adam here from Adventure Camping Australia, and welcome back to another episode. Today we are having a deep look at the white truck, Adventure Camping white truck. We've got a few problems going on here. We are looking to engineer the 35s, and we have got some weight issues. So this is its current touring setup. It's got the two toolboxes, it's got the rooftop tent, it's got the two awnings, and it's got the 35-inch wheels. This package right now, the toolboxes are completely empty. There's nothing in them, just a fridge and a battery. We're 3.5 tons. That's 200 kilos over its GVM. So I've got to figure out, hopefully with your help, what we can do to keep this a good off-roader and a good tourer. So let's just have a quick look at the back end here. This car was, when I first purchased it, already done up for probably carrying a trailer or something like that, because it has old man emu all around. It's got BP51 shocks in the front and back adjustables. I think they're great, but the 450 kilo springs that I've got in here don't carry any of this weight. I'm driving around on the airbags with 60 to 70 pounds in it all the time. As soon as I get off road and it starts floating around because I'm riding on air, I have to let it out, which means all this weight, which is about 700 kilos over the rear, starts to bottom me out and I keep hitting my bump stops. So this really needs to change, or I need to lose weight. Let's go and have a quick look at the front. The front seems to be set up all right. It's got, like I said, the BP51 shocks that are adjustable, and it's got the heavy duty springs from Old Man Emu ARB. They're set up for obviously the winch and the bar already, so the front end seems to ride all right. I do have some clearance issues with the 35s with some rubbing, but that's not something that I can't fix. I've already reduced some of it, and I've probably got about another mil or about another inch that I need to clear just to make it safer in the front. So that's not an issue. That can happen in the driveway. So the front is pretty well set up. This will be staying. But we really got to fix the back end. Alright, so like I said, this is the full touring setup. This is what I would probably dress the car like in winter. We've got the rooftop tent, we've got two toolboxes, and we've got the den for the dogs. I've always got to allow space for the pups because they come with us nearly all the time. So if I was going to change anything, I would have to change this back to some kind of setup with a dog box. That would not be very convenient for me at the moment, although it would make it a lot easier to get the car set up for going off-road. Shush. We've got the underdraw toolbox, we've got the steel tray, we've got the 270 awning, the rooftop tent, spare wheel, and the awning on this side. This is all about 700 kilos, and this is constantly on all the time. Now, to keep it riding the way it is right now, it's on the airbags. And like I said earlier, if I let that air out, it bottoms out over all the bumps. So we have to figure out a way to get this riding, perhaps in this current position, get a GVM upgraded, and something that I can still drive off-road. Now, I'm not a full-time off-road hardcore driver, so when I say drive off-road, I'm talking about ruts and small rock steps at the most. So I'm not going to be sending this up and down mountains. That's not what I do. This is a family car. It's for the family and it's for touring. But don't get me wrong, I love getting off-road, and I love getting, well, I don't like getting it dirty because you have to clean it, but it gets dirty and I don't mind doing that. So here's what I'm thinking, and I would like your opinion on it. Shh. I really need to let the dogs out, but I do have a road here. It's a very unused road, but there was just a car, and I can't round up the dogs in the middle of a shoot while there's a car. All right. So the first thing people are going to say is, why don't you go coil conversion? Generally speaking, coil conversions aren't that good when you're carrying a heavy load if you still want to go articulating. Coil conversions are fantastic if you're not carrying a lot of weight and you're using it to go off-road. So for the expensive coil conversions, I don't really think it's going to suit my application. Therefore, keeping the leaf springs in mind, if I was to go a 700 kilo pack of these, we're looking at a pack about that wide, which means the BP51 shocks that I have in the rear, they need to go because I will need to get the next setup which have an extra 50mm travel in them, so I don't bottom out the shocks and blow them up. So my idea is parabolics. Has anyone had experience with parabolics? Because I would love to hear from you. I'm looking at maybe the 700 kilo Constants. That's the top of the range parabolic. They are a leaf pack that is approximately the same weight as the 450 kilos that I've got in there right now. And they will offer me some more flex. That's nearly right on the bump stop. So yeah, if you've had any experience with parabolics, I would love to hear from you. Now, to keep this car legal, I can use the 700 kilo parabolics on the GVM upgrade. All I've got to do is stay away from the Hyperflex arms in the front, extended shackles, and I don't know whether I have to leave the airbags in unpumped or remove the airbags completely to do the engineering. That will come later, and I'll take you through the whole process once we've decided which way to go. In the comments below, please, if you have had experience with the 700 parabolics, and even if you've done any engineering, please, I'd love to hear from you because that's the next step for this truck. I want to be able to get some kind of articulation while carrying this load. Can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the trails.